Hi, everybody. This is an overview of week 4 for this spring semester's WebD 173. This is the week where you're going to start getting experience with a real shopping cart. And the one I've chosen is Opencart for the first one. And so you may elect to use this for your final project. It has its ups and its downs, and I kind of go into that throughout my videos in this week. But it's got a lot of power. It's probably the most powerful open source, which means free, shopping cart that exists. It's built off PHP and MySQL, which you'll see this week. But in my first video here, it just shows you how to install Opencart on any Linux server. So if you're using 000 web host, you can use this. I know some of you are using the X10 hosting, and so I've created a video on how to install Opencart there as well. You'll need your database connection. So if you have a shared host that's not a free web host, that's pretty easy to get. You can always contact me and I'll help you. The next video is how to create categories and subcategories in Opencart version 3.0. Now keep in mind there's a big difference between 3.0 and 2.0, which we'll talk about in the course. So if you download the default, you'll start with 3.0. And so I show you how to create categories and then products. Then I have a video on Opencart themes. Now you don't have to install a theme yet, right immediately after you install. I just want to get this into your head because the next thing we'll be doing after this is creating a wireframe of your work. So we don't even know if you're going to choose Opencart yet. We want to build, but this is the time right now where you get it in your head that we are doing e-commerce and that we have different options for what we can use to make a working project. Now this right here is a link to older versions of Opencart, which I'll probably move these to week 5 in addition. You won't go into theming probably till week 7 or 8 in this 16-week course. This right here is a very important article. It's by Jared Spool, who's a user experience aficionado. He's a very popular user experience expert. And he wrote an article about the $300 million button. Now, I put this always in the same folder as the installation videos because Opencart by default comes with an account, basically a membership system. And we have to decide whether to activate that membership system or not. And this article is quite brilliant because it documents how someone removed the required login and register for purchases and increased sales by $300 million a year just by doing that. And that's why we have this $300 million button article. So please read that. Trust me, it'll make you second guess whether you ever have registration systems with e-commerce sites. Now this is how to customize your store design with Opencart 3.0 theme editor. And it'll be your next step once you get moving with the project. But I'm putting it in here so you can get a feel of how things work. Now I've got 2 more things. One is a WebD 173 simple shopping cart with database structure. As I mentioned in other videos, we do have a homemade shopping cart hand-coded by students for students. And this is an illustration of that, and the code is underneath. So this will give you an idea of what you could do in case you don't like Opencart. And we'll be revisiting this again down the road when you do make a decision of what cart you're going to use. But this is nothing more than a shopping cart that simply puts items purchased into a database. And items, there's an admin section where you can add products and categories and images. But all this stuff goes into a very simple database structure, and that's what that video is about. Lastly, our homework. The homework is to install Opencart and populate it with a few products, a few categories and products based on what was taught this week. Have fun with this. Okay, use this for yourself. Do it for you because this could be a nice free solution when you get a client, and it can do tons of things. There are an amazing library of widgets that come with this, where you can make some good cash. I know with my e-commerce sites, I generally host them for minimally $100 a month. So please pay attention to that. Anyway, that's week 4, and next week we'll get back into wireframing, and you'll be asked to create a wireframe.